Islam is a way of life, complete way of life. From our private ibadah with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from our beliefs in God, from our social status, from our political status, from our foreign relations, very true. We are a complete way of life. We are a complete way of life. Islam has never been something that is particular to a type of people and you could put it away. Muslims have always been people that walked in every walk of life. And you'd find in every walk of life contributions from Muslims. We talk about the developed countries that we live in today, and you may think about, if you start thinking, something that you might experience, most people have experienced. If you go and travel to any land, one thing you're definitely going to book is a hotel, right? I hope you do. And you're going to experience the difference between the standard of the cleanliness of the hotels in UK in the West compared to in the not so developed countries. And you start thinking, UK, as bad as it may be, it's good. There's something good in the land that we live in its cleanliness, in its behavior, in its etiquette. Wouldn't it be nice to know that the invention of hotels came from Muslims? Muslims invented hotels. But they didn't invent hotels as a source of commerce, as a source of business. They invented hotels for the sake of helping people, khidmatul khalq, serving mankind. Muslims were always known for their hospitality. So people would travel from one land to another, from one city to another. People would get to cities at different times. Muslims would leave out lamps burning in front of their homes so that if a traveler is traveling past and he's got nowhere to stay, he can see that lamp and I will tell him, come knock this door, you will get a place to stay, you'll get food on the table, you'll get shelter for the night, you'll get water for your animals, you'll get protection for that night. Without any questions asked, Muslims prided themselves on being hospitable people. But the Muslims who are traveling, this was Muslims and non-Muslims alike, for all human beings. There's no discretion discrimination between them being Muslim or non-Muslim. You are makhluk of Allah, ahlan wa sahlan. That's how Muslims behave. So people who travel were also very honorable people. You don't want to go disturb people in the night. So where would you stay? The only place people had to stay were masajid. That's where people would stay. The masjid wasn't just merely a place for people to pray. You'd come there for education. You'd come there for any issue, any need, any traveler that came. The first stop was the masjid, the house of Allah. You go pray, you make your prayer, you worship Allah, and then there'll be somebody to take you home, somebody to provide you some food. But to make things easier for people, the Muslims developed something that we call in Arabic mabit. Mabit means a place to stay the night, which we call now in English a hotel. They developed a place in the middle of the city. And in this mabit, in this hotel, you had a bed, you had water, you had food, you had warmth, you had lighting. Nobody there to question you. You're just a traveler. You will come without knocking the door of any person, so you don't want to disturb them. Come into this place. There'll be a khadim there of the community, someone paid, who stands there to serve travelers. He'll provide you a bed to sleep in. He'll give you food. He'll give you water. He'll give you water for your animals. He'll protect them, he'll tie them down, and you've got a place to stay for the night. Not to take a penny from anyone. For the sake of serving mankind. This is Islam. When the West took this idea, because they don't have Islam to guide them, for them it is nafs, it is the dunya, it is the lures of the dunya, it is wealth. They made this into a commercial trade. So you see what Islam gave, and you see what the West made it out to be. Just an example. Something that people pride themselves of in the West, and they should do, because anything that's beautiful, for us it's the lost property of a believer. The Messenger of God said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, al-hikmatu dhalatul mu'min. Wisdom is the lost property of a believer. Wherever he finds it, he takes it. So when we see some amazing development anywhere, in any state, in any history, we don't find it to be un-Islamic. If it's good for mankind, it's ours. We promote it, we welcome it. That's how Islam has always been. Anything that supports mankind, for the good of mankind, we welcome with open arms.